Hey, what is up, guys? Your boy Uzukage here with part 2 of What If Deku Was Black. Let's begin. Deku woke up to a faint beeping noise. He looked around and realized that he was in a hospital. A doctor walked in and realized the patient was awake, and he called for some nurses. They all began asking him questions, and after all the chaos, he then asked, "Where is my mom?" All the nurses looked down, then the doctor spoke up. "Well, Izuku, after all the stress that's been building up in her, then finding out her son was on death's doorstep, she couldn't take it and she had a heart attack. Luckily, she's alive, but she suffers from a weak heart and she'll need to be hospitalized until we can perform a surgery." Deku just took in all the information like a sponge and showed no emotion. He then asked the seer, "You just woke up from a gunshot wound. You shouldn't be moving around." "Man, I get shot on the streets every day." He's like, "Oh, okay, right away, sir." Deku walked into the hospital room. He saw his mom hooked up to an IV drip and tubes going into her chest. "Mom, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault." Deku grabbed his mom's arms and tears began welling up in his eyes. He said, "Please don't leave me, Mom. Please, I'll change for you." He felt a hand on his head, then saw Inko. She said, "Seems you can cry after all. You always act so tough, but it's good to see you like this." "Wait, Mom, don't move around too much. You need rest. Don't worry about me. Just promise to stay strong. I'll be out of here in no time. Maybe I'll make some music with you." Izuku began tearing up. Then the nurses escorted him out of the room, and by the end of the day, he got discharged. And outside was waiting none other than Jiro. "Oh, hey Jiro, what's up?" "Nothing much. Our song's still number one." "Yeah, that's good, I guess." He began walking away. "Hey Izuku, listen, I know what happened. I was following you because you left your phone, and I was there when, you got shot." Jiro looked down and tears began streaming out of her eyes. "I don't want to see you like that ever again, so I've decided to become a hero." "A hero?" "Hey, stop laughing at me. You should be thanking me for saving you." "Yeah, that's not why I'm laughing. You just look so dumb when you cry. You're better off without those tears." He began wiping the tears off her face. "Well, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later about our next song." Deku ran home, and as he shut his door, he started writing songs after song, kinda turning into Juice WRLD, talking about his miserable, lonely life. Deku's fan base grew even more, and he got signed by a record label. From all this money, Deku was iced out. He went from baggy clothes to rose gold Rolexes, 20 band Cuban links. Deku had a Nike fit. He even pimped up Jiro. She wore the best clothes, that just released. Deku was low-key a simp, so he decided to become a hero because of Jiro. Because Deku had been writing songs, he missed the last day of school. But over the 10 months, him and Jiro had been training to go to UA and writing many hit songs. From his training, Deku can now pull out any type of gun just by thinking about it. And Jiro can extend their earphone jacks up to 10 meters, and they're strong enough to break rocks. On the day of the UA entrance exam, the two met up, and Deku was a bit on edge, so he tripped, but Jiro caught him with her headphones. "Hey, what's wrong? You're acting a bit strange." "Oh, sorry, it's my mom. She's having her surgery today, so I'm a bit nervous." "Don't worry, she'll be alright." Bakugo saw the two completely iced out, and he was shocked. "Hey, Darky, what bank did you rob?" He started laughing his ass off. Izuku, who had been training to keep his anger under control, just walked away with Jiro. They entered the written exams, and the two did okay, nothing amazing, because all the weed killed some of Deku's brain cells. During the explanation of the practical portion, Bakugo, who was sitting next to Deku, began whispering insults in his ear, but Jiro held his hands because she noticed he was getting a bit angry. Ida then stood up. I'm sorry to intrude, sir, but you didn't mention the fourth robot. And kid with the spiky hair, can you stop whispering? It seems he doesn't want to talk to you. And you next to him, control your friend. Deku raised his voice. Him? Friends? Nigga, please, sit down and let the teacher talk. President Mike was a bit confused but continued. After the explanations were done, everyone went to their assigned training ground. Izuku started walking up to Jiro when Ida stopped him and said, I think she's trying to focus on the exams, don't disturb her. Deku just got up in front of his face. I don't remember asking. As he turned to walk away, Ida grabbed his shoulder. Hey, I wasn't done talking to you. Izuku slapped his hand away and turned around and pulled out a Glock and pressed it against Ida's chest. Ida began sweating bullets and his whole attitude changed. Hey man, it was just a joke. I didn't mean to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Deku waited for the gates to open, and when they did, he took off his shirt because during his training he realized taking off his shirt increases strength and mobility by 20%. Deku climbed up to the highest building in the training area and pulled out a 50 cal with armor-piercing rounds. Deku began sniping 3-point robots, and he collected both villain and hero points, because if he saw someone getting attacked, he would take down that robot. After a while, both Jiro and Izuku had collected around 60 villain points, and Deku had an extra 20 hero points. Deku heard a girl screaming, and he looked around and saw a massive robot. He climbed down the building and lifted the rubble off Uraraka. He then turned his focus to the zero-pointer. He smirked and said, I've been waiting for this. He grabbed Uraraka and ran to the entrance. She was blushing the entire time because, he had his shirt off. He dropped her off, then ran straight for the zero-pointer. He reached both hands on their shirt and pulled out an RPG. He fired an explosive round at the robot, blowing its head up and causing it to knock over into buildings. Seeing this, Jiro ran over to him and punched him in the head. We're supposed to be heroes, remember? Don't cause extra damage. Deku scratched the back of his head and said, yeah, my bad. The heroes who were watching were amazed at what seemed to be a creation quirk user, and this also caught the attention of All Might. After the exams, Izuku received a call from the hospital. They said his mom's surgery was successful, and she'll be able to go home by tomorrow. Deku was really happy and told Jiro the good news. Later that night, Deku and Jiro went out on a little date to a concert where their favorite band, Hell's Mother, was playing. They too partied and Jiro decided to spend the night at Deku's place. You sure your parents are good with this? Probably not, but I'll message them later. Food is in the fridge. I'm gonna go take a shower. When he came out, he went to his room with the towel on his head because he wasn't expecting to see Jiro lying on his bed. Oh, what are you doing in here? Jiro began staring at Izuku's thing. Then Deku covered it up with his towel. I'm sorry, I'll leave. But before she could, Deku grabbed her arms and asked, You like what you see? Jiro instantly became red and ran out of the room. Izuku laughed and started getting dressed. For the next hour, the two watched a movie, and then they heard something. The lock on the door beginning to open. It opened up to be Inko. Izuku ran up to her, hugging her. I thought you were coming back tomorrow. Well, I wanted to surprise you, and it seems you have a guest over. She looked over to Jiro and asked, Who might you be? Hi, I'm Jiro Kyoka. Pleased to meet you, Miss Midoriya. Well, hi Jiro. It seems my son has good taste in women. Jiro blushed, and after some while, Izuku walked Jiro home and gave her a kiss goodbye. If you guys liked the video, like. If you didn't, dislike. And leave me some feedback in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.